I guess as a kid, your family members, you're taught at a young age they're supposed to love you. They're never supposed to lay hands on you.
I was very confused for a while because I didn't understand what was going on, and I was always scared. It was mostly just confusion and terror. And I was just constantly looking for a way out.
I didn't know what to think. Especially when you think they're family, they're supposed to love you, but instead you're getting bruises.
I can remember a little girl, her little hair dirty and smelling like smoke. I just fell in love with her.
He was accused of something that he really didn't understand, and he didn't know what it meant. And I think about that 8- and 9-year-old boy. That's really disturbing to me.
I've never really known my dad without addiction. I feel like he's always chosen addiction over us. I don't think anybody should have to go through that.
It's a real confusing stage at that age, especially if you're brought up the way I was brought up at first. It's kind of hard to wrap your head around sometimes, just because, you see your friends and stuff, they're having fun, their mom and dad loving on them, or family members loving on them, and then you're kind of, don't get any of that. I remember going to trailer parks, and I remember stepping on a dirty needle at one point and I had to pull it out. I remember going with family members for them to go get drugs. I remember coming back home and having a couple of my family members passed out because they were high. I watched my family members go in and out of jail, and I've had to stay with other family members just because they were in jail and we had nowhere else to stay. So, I had a rocky past. I've seen a bunch of stuff that I wish nobody would see, between family members beating on other family members, or even me. I was part of it, getting beat on and hit. I didn't know what to think. Especially when you think they're family, they're supposed to love you, but instead you're getting bruises. And then I went and lived with one of my family members because my other family members were off in jail, and I lived with them, and she got somewhat custody of us, with me and my 2 sisters. And I lived there for I think a year and a half. While I was living there, I was in trouble 90% of the time. I was there for a couple months, and then I was started getting accused of sexually assaulting my sisters. It went on for almost a year, and while that whole process was happening, I was sent to my room, and I was in my room every day from when I got back from school. I'd eat in there. The only time I'd come out is use the bathroom, shower, and go to school.
I've never really known my dad without addiction. I feel like he's always chosen addiction over us. I just always feel like addiction had such a strong hold on him, he couldn't see past it. it overtook his life. There was one day that I stayed the night with him. I think it was a weekend. And I had got up pretty early that morning and I walked in and he had a needle in his arm. And I didn't know what that was. I was like, what is that? And then he shut the door real quick. I wanted my dad so bad that I kind of accepted it. Obviously, I was upset, but I pushed it aside just because I wanted that father figure.
Thank you so much for tuning in with us for the Mustard Seed Ranch virtual fundraiser. Our hope for tonight is that you'll begin to see all the ways God is healing and changing our kids, one day at a time. Mustard Seed Ranch is a Christian home. We have provided a loving family for 62 children during the past 12 years. Our heart is to be a family for every child and walk alongside them as they heal from the inside out. But we need your help. The ranch operates completely debt-free, supported 100% by the generosity of our community and by people like you. Please consider giving tonight. Any amount goes such a long way in making an impact on a child's life. In fact, some amazing donors have rallied together to offer a match of up to $125,000. That's right. If we raise $125,000 tonight, it'll be matched, giving us a total of $250,000 to support our homes. This year, we've made giving easy. You can simply text MSR Faith to 44321 or use your phone's camera to scan the QR code for our Venmo or PayPal options. You can actually scan one of the QR codes at the bottom of your screen, then follow the directions on your phone. Or you can also go directly to our website at mustardseedranchtn.org and choose the Ways to Give section. Our greatest need is monthly donors. For only $233 per month, you can support a child for an entire year. Would you consider that tonight? Would you consider partnering with us? The statistics around childhood abuse are astounding. It's our goal to help as many boys and girls overcome this trauma and transform into the individual God meant them to become. Thank you again for your generosity. Without you, we could not provide a home for these amazing kids.
I remember we drove up to Nashville, had no clue where I was going. I just thought it was we're just going somewhere. I didn't know anything about any of this because I was between the 8 and 9, and so I was lost. I was saying I never did any of this stuff because I didn't know where any of this stuff was, for one. It was beating my head so much, so. Then she sent me off to an institution that was made for young kids, young men that was supposedly sexually assaulted somebody. And then she dropped me off, left, and I was confused. And I was thrown in with a group of boys that I did not know, and they were rough. And the whole thing was rough. And it was it was more like a jail. Doors were locked. You couldn't go in and out doors. You had certain bathroom times. You had limits on it. When we slept with a light on with a person outside our door watching us all night. So it was rough, and I lived there for I think a year and a half. When I was there, I learned more about the stuff because that's what they taught, and saying this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. So I learned everything about it, and I realized at the time, I was like, I did not do any of this stuff, but there was nothing I could do because I had people that was saying I still did it. You know, you're that young, and somebody beats something into you so much, you start to believe what you did. And that's what I did. I believed what I did was, I really did it, I guess, even though I never did it and I didn't know nothing about it. But I was told I did it, so I got where I believed it.
When Lee first came to us and we started building that relationship with Lee and watching him grow, I thought about what he had to go through as a boy. He was accused of something that he really didn't understand. He was accused of sexually assaulting his sisters, and he didn't know what it meant. And I think about that 8-9-year-old boy that was accused of something, being accused of something that he didn't do and didn't really understand, and didn't have nobody to represent him. That's really disturbing to me. And I can't dwell on that because it puts bitterness in my heart.
My mom actually ended up dating another man. He was great at first, but he became very toxic, and he ended up abusing her, but he did threaten me several times. I don't really remember the first time that he started acting differently, but you could tell there was a slight change in his behavior. And there was one night, I think I was still like 6 or 7, so I was still pretty young. He was intoxicated, and he kind of just threatened me. My mom wasn't home. She was out getting groceries that night, so I was home alone with him. And he pushed me up against the door over something, I don't remember. And as soon as she got home, I was like, Mom, he did this to me. And she didn't believe me. So that was like, I don't know, it was just tough on me because I was like, why don't you believe that, you know? And then soon she realized that I was telling the truth because it started happening to her. I was just like, why are you still with him? You know, like he's hurting you. And I was there for all of it. Basically, all of it. I was very confused for a while because I didn't understand what was going on. And I was always scared. I mean, there was one night that my mom actually walked in and I fell asleep holding a Bible because of how scared I was. But it was mostly just confusion and terror. I mean, that's the best I can explain it. And it was just crazy. It was very hectic. And I was just constantly looking for a way out. But I was also so young that I didn't know what to do about it.
She was at that point when we met her, she had no hope, it didn't seem like, and neighbors were taking care of Taya at times, you know, and there was no continuity to her life. I mean, she's getting sent over here, and because things weren't working out at the house.
She was on the floor here, or she was on the floor there, and
had no
and Taya
home,
didn't
no
know from one night to the next where she was going to be. I can remember a little girl, her little hair dirty and smelling like smoke, and being a victim of domestic violence. I just fell in love with her. I think we all did.
I don't really have a lot of pent-up anger. It's more just like pent-up sadness. I mean, I don't think anybody should have to go through that.
Over the past 12 years, Mustard Seed Ranch has provided a loving home for 62 children. God has been so gracious to us over those years. We've had the honor of watching our kids grow and overcome the trauma that they have experienced in their young lives. And it all began in 2009 with 2 homes, one for girls and one for boys. Currently, we have 2 homes for boys and 1 for girls. But we're in the process of building 2 new homes right now.
The Lord is doing big things here at Mustard Seed. We are at a very exciting time.
My heart rejoices over that because that is our future. And there's future boys and future house parents there that are coming there, that they're going to be able to go there and have a safe refuge, a place that they can learn and grow and mature.
These 2 new homes that we're building, they're awesome. I cannot wait till they're built.
People need to be encouraged, you know? You turn your TV on right now, you don't see a lot of encouragement. There's a lot of negativity, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of doubt, and people need to know that God, none of this caught him by surprise, and he's still at work, and he is still good, despite our circumstances, despite what's going on all around us. And I think that's what this is, not just an encouragement to us here at the ranch, but an encouragement to this whole community, and anyone that gets to see this. Hey, these guys are moving forward.
We have seen the impact that our 3 homes have made in the lives of our children. Can you imagine what it's going to be like with 2 additional homes? We are so excited to see what God is going to do. This is a legacy that will last forever. But we can't do it alone. We need your help. It cost $125,000 a year to support just 1 full home. A full home consists of a set of house parents, 8 children, and 1 intern. Our goal is to have the 2 new homes completed by the spring-summer of 2022. This is a big undertaking for us. It's stretching our faith, but we're confident in our community and the support you so graciously provide. In fact, some amazing donors have rallied together to offer a match of up to $125,000. That's right. If we raise $125,000 tonight, it'll be matched, giving us a total of $250,000 to support our homes. Let's keep making an impact on these children. Simply text MSR Faith to 44321 or use your phone's camera to scan the QR code for our Venmo or PayPal options. You can actually scan one of the QR codes at the bottom of your screen, then follow the directions on your phone. Or you can also go directly to our website at mustardseedranchtn.org and choose the Ways to Give section.
Literally, you can see a change in them almost daily. To me, that makes it all worth it.
It's exciting because we're seeing history
It's just nice to know more families, more kids are coming.
From sincere hearts, we want to thank each of you for your giving. Your generosity means the world to us. More importantly, it provides an opportunity for each of our children to heal and become new creations in Christ.
So having Taya move in with us was really sweet. She's just, oh my goodness, she's just so sweet. And I don't know how many times, it's like every night when I would tuck her into bed and we'd say prayers and she would just, thank you so much for letting me live here. Thank you so much. And you just couldn't help but love her. The first day I met Taya, I can remember it like it was yesterday. And I can still see this little blonde-haired, blue-eyed little girl running down to my car and saying, "Hey." And it was like a match made in heaven from that moment on. Just my heart, I just fell in love with her. I think we all did.
And I got very excited because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have new friends. Like, what? So whenever we pulled up, I jumped out of the van and I ran inside. I saw all the girls sitting at the table and I was just so excited to talk to everyone. I mean, it was a relief because I didn't have to worry about my mom's boyfriend. I don't know, it was just very comforting to be around everyone.
She was just a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
And there'd be times she would look at Becky and say, "So, tell me again why I'm here," because she thought maybe she'd done something wrong, you know. And we'd say, "It's nothing. It's nothing about you. Your family needs to get better."
And the fun thing was to watch Taya relax and enjoy herself being here and play with the girls, and you know, she could be a kid here.
I saw a picture of her the other day. She'd sent one to us for graduation. I'm going, she.
Yeah, she just got prettier.
She's gorgeous. Every kid, every child here has to make their own decision from this. You know, they have to decide. Was this a catalyst for me to be a better person? Was this a place for me to jump off and take off myself and be a better person than the family I was with, you know?
They just made me feel comfortable. I didn't have to worry. So like I didn't feel like I was constantly bouncing around. It was normal and it felt secure. I was raised in an unstable household, and then I came to the ranch and it was very stable. So that kind of opened my eyes to what a family should look like. I'm very grateful for the ranch because I wouldn't be who I am today. I would still be in that constant state of fear and anxiety. I mean, I wouldn't have a routine that I have right now. I wouldn't have anything. They've just been such a huge impact on me, not only mentally, but just like spiritually, just everything. It's more than a home. It's kind of like an old friend.
When I first came to the ranch, I didn't know what to think because where I was before, it was so much different. It was an institution, pretty much, just for boys. And so I didn't know, when I went to Mustard, didn't know if it was going to be the same way or not. I don't know anything about this place, don't know anybody here. But got there, got settled all in, realized this is not an institution. This is more of a family. And I wasn't used to that. First few weeks was weird. I had to get used to everybody, and it was a family thing. Big dinners, big breakfasts. Had devotions in the morning. I remember they used to go in there and, tuck me in, and I'm not used to nobody tucking me in, so it was weird. I was like, they're tucking me in, because I was 11, nobody's ever done it. So, but I knew then it's like they treated me like I was their own, and that's where it made me feel more comfortable.
The first day he was there, never will forget it, me and him went out and played basketball, and I could tell right then that he loved to play sports. Lee, me and him, we shot basketball first day. Time is more important than anything. You find a niche, you find what the kids love to do, and you do that with them. We spent a lot of time in the tree stand, we spent a lot of time on the baseball field, we spent a lot of time shooting basketball. And finally, as time went on, we became his family. And you could see that Lee was healing. There's not hardly a day that goes by today that I don't talk to him. And there's not hardly a day that goes by that he don't tell me he loves me. He's not only my boy, he's my friend.
Looking back, never thought I'd be where I am today, and I would never take it for granted, never will. From where I grew up at first, from just a mess until going to the Mustard Seed, that was nothing like that. It was a big, loving family, and they wanted the best for you. So that's what I did. I became part of the family. I was there for 10 years, and still family, no matter what. So.
Trauma is an overwhelming experience for anyone, especially children. It can destroy a child's sense of safety and security. Trauma can leave a child feeling scared, helpless, angry, and out of control. Children who have experienced trauma are often misunderstood because behavioral issues on the surface can distract from the underlying trauma that is the cause. This cycle can repeat itself into adulthood, creating a life in which survival mode seems to be the consistent theme. In Tennessee, the number of children experiencing abuse or neglect is at an all-time high. 1 out of every 4 girls and 1 out of every 7 boys are experiencing some sort of mental, physical, or sexual abuse. The statistics around childhood abuse are astounding. It is our goal to help as many boys and girls overcome this trauma and transform into the individual that God meant for them to become. The healing process can take a great deal of time. This is when our children need us the most. Day by day, God begins to just peel back the layers of pain, distrust, and loss through the loving and faithful perseverance of our Mustard Seed Ranch family. This is not an easy feat, especially when a child is angry, upset, or experiencing fear from past trauma. But nonetheless, we are God's ministry, and that He has promised us that He is with us, He is protecting us, and that He will not forsake us. 2 Corinthians 5:17 is a loving reminder and a promise from our Father in heaven that if we just surrender all of our suffering to Him, He in turn will reside within us and begin transforming our lives from the inside out. The greatest honor of anyone who works with hurting children is to observe them transform from the past life of hurt into a present and future life of endless possibilities and hope. And that's why you are so important. Mustard Seed Ranch is completely funded by generous folks like you who give monthly to support this ministry and our children. We rely so much on your support. The need is great. We receive multiple calls weekly for support. Your giving is critical because here at the ranch, we don't charge anything for a child to stay with us. We are 100% community supported, and after 12 years of existence, we still remain debt-free. Our children are walking in courage every day. Please help them continue to heal and transform from the inside out by donating right now. They need you. Would you consider partnering with us? Throughout this film, you've seen opportunities to give. Your giving will provide a legacy for our children to overcome and stop generational cycles of abuse and neglect. Testimonies like you've seen with Taya and Lee are proof of how God is working and is using the ranch to transform their lives from the inside out. Thank you to each and every person who has helped to make this life possible. And thank you for giving tonight. We are truly grateful. May God bless you.